carpenters. He will absolutely flounder tonight.
Shark Boy has an offensive arsenal unlike any other, and he even incorporated
He's got something offensive.
Some of the talented maneuvers and abilities of one Stone Cold Steve Austin in his repertoire. Exactly.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to let you know a fantastic wrestling talk show, Top Rope Wrestling Talk Show.
Top Rope Wrestling Talk Show. We're talking about a great talk show. As a matter of fact, that talk show is available online Wednesday nights live, 5 to 7 o'clock. We're talking about sportstownchicago.com. Is that correct, Bobby the Brain?
Absolutely. It's a great show. Absolutely.
Top Rope Wrestling Talk Show. Your chance to interact with people, with individuals who know the business backwards and forwards, who can give you rumors and information. Brian, Mike, Jason, and Corey. There's even call-in phone numbers and everything. Fans, if you want to hear everything about your local favorite wrestling organizations, in addition to the biggest wrestling organizations around, whether they be WWE or TNA Impact Wrestling, fans, you got to get that sportstownchicago.com. Check it out on Wednesday nights. And fans, it looks to me as if we will take our first of 2 intermissions, because later tonight we have a cage match. We have multiple other matches in store. So fans, stay tuned. We'll be right back. So our first of 2 intermissions is just about over. Frankie Valdez about to continue our show here. 3 huge singles bouts leading into our tremendous main event later tonight. And wow, this capacity crowd, they saw 3 amazing opening matches, and I would have to say that the results of those matches were sort of shocking, weren't they, Bobby the Brain Open?
Absolutely, absolutely. I was shocked over the disarray with the Jacobs-Xavier match. I didn't understand what went on there at the end, but there was a lot of anger.
That was a bizarre conclusion, especially considering the fact that Cameron Jacobs was in the ring with his hands held high, pretending that he had nothing to do with it, saying that it was all Carpenter's fault, that it was all the fault of we're talking about Cameron Jacobs, Jack Carpenter, Eric Xavier. Eric Xavier, he's pointing fingers at Cameron Jacobs like he had something to do with it. I think that threesome, that trio right there, they clearly are not seeing eye to eye with one another now.
Well, I actually think that Xavier and Carpenter are more talented than Cameron Jacobs, and maybe Cameron Jacobs is the weak link in that group.
Well, let truth be told, that when that match concluded, they, as well as the fans here in Elburn, they were shocked. And I think that down the road, Cameron Jacobs has to establish himself as a friend or a foe. And I'm not sure what he is in relationship to Carpenter and Aaron Xavier. And I think down the road we should definitely be looking into that. Youth Gone Wild successful against the rookies earlier tonight. Can't necessarily call that an upset, but the conclusion saw Bernardino storm out of here, and I never thought that Bernardino would be that hot and that agitated about what transpired.
Yeah, that confused me too. Maybe Bernardino feels that Antonelli was the weak link in their group and he cost them the match, but I absolutely believe that Antonelli is the more talented of that group, and that maybe Bernardino needs to check himself a little bit and rely on his partner.
Anthony Antonelli being interviewed down below on the main floor. I mean, he's showing us more and more every time he's in the squared circle. But the reality is, I'm not sure if he's ready for the big-time contenders here in North American Pro Wrestling yet.
I think he's more interested in showing off his abs and pecs than he is as wrestling. You know, look at him.
Well, having a look is important in pro wrestling. You have to understand that.
But he wrestled an hour ago, and here he is out with his shirt on like he's trying to impress the women in town. You want to impress the women in town, give them an all-you-can-eat pass at Golden Corral.
Oh, here you go again, telling all the women around here that the only thing they do is eat and cook. Come on. All right,
that's right.
Look.
What the women need in this town is a little more cowbell.
All right, you know what? Now you're calling them livestock and animals. You like getting away with that kind of stuff, don't you?
You got something against women, livestock, and animals?
Irish Andy Anderson, of course, cheated a win against the difference Joey Rose, who you felt was not in the appropriate spandex at the time.
Well, actually, I went down during the intermission and shared a couple shots and a Guinness with Anderson.
Yeah, I would imagine you guys would celebrate after that victory. We're back to live action. Here we are. Frankie Valdez is ready as we prepare the ring for our next singles bout.
You know, his cousin Juan was pissed off because they wouldn't let him in here tonight with his donkey.
Juan?
He wouldn't let him in with his coffee beans and his donkey. He had to go back home.
Oh, come on. you got to be degrading towards every ethnic breakdown and females? And do you have a problem with equality? I mean, don't you think that anybody here is equal? That it is the land of the free and the home of the brave? Or are you going to be a Mr. Scrooge for the holidays? What's the story?
I absolutely believe they should build a border fence around Elburn so these people don't sneak into the surrounding.
An electrified fence, I would imagine, right?
And a molten crocodile.
Taller than the 20-foot high steel cage later tonight.
Right. Yeah. No, it's 25 foot now.
It's 25 feet high?
Yes, 25.
That's the biggest steel cage I've ever heard of.
It'll be 30 by the time the match starts.
I think it might be 60 by the time that everybody leaves the building.
I know one thing. When that match is over, Jay Cross is going to be in a world of hurt.
All right, fans, singles action set to take place here as we see the Love Machine, Matt Longtime, getting ready to prepare himself. Oh, look at that. The man is set and he's prepared for action.
Head Bob with me.
Head Bob, are you out of your mind? I'm not going to play Saturday Night Live with you. Yeah, well, what exactly what was that? The Night of the Roxbury?
That's it. He's got a good look. Look at this guy. This guy, you can tell, is definitely an athlete.
Yeah, if you put any more baby oil on him, he would probably be squirting it into the audience.
This guy is the Buff Bagwell of NAPW.
I'll give the man his due. The man is ripped to shreds. The guy's tan. He's got a smile on his face from ear to ear, and he has no problem rearranging people's heads and skulls left and right.
Look, he's got the heifers here in Elburn going over him.
Referee David Taylor, otherwise known as Little Jimmy, he's in the ring getting ready for action, and Matt Longtime is set to square off against an unknown opponent. I look forward to hearing who his opponent really is.
Matt Longtime told me tonight that he's got a big plate of nachos and some Diet Coke, and he's hitting it up with a couple of these women here tonight after the match.
The All-American Michael Mack!
Wow! That's a shocker!
The All-American?
All-American Michael Mack!
I thought it was Jack
No, not Jack Swagger. This is Michael Mack, the man who nearly scored an amazing victory over the Strangler Diego Corleone 1 month ago. He was I thought he was in the main event. I don't know. I think there are some questionable circumstances behind what is going on here. The All-American Michael Mack set to square off here. This is exciting stuff. And fans, I haven't gotten the official word. Hopefully I'll get a text message to confirm or deny the rumors that the All-American Michael Mack was removed from the championship match for specific reasons. But guess what? Matt Longtime is now going to square off against the All-American Michael Mack one-on-one. And two huge mountains of men. They are set to square off here. What did I impress you about?
You impressed me that you're waiting on a text message when myself is waiting for a tweet on my iPad.
And your tweet on your iPad versus my text message?
Yes, you can find me at Laughhammer on Twitter.
Laughhammer? I am Articulator SK on Twitter, if anybody was curious. And
when was the last time you articulated on Twitter?
I think I have a grand total of about 28 people following me right now.
Wow.
And yeah, granted, half of them are in the wrestling business, and the other half
in prison.
I have some random women that belong to some adult-related content sites for some reason. I can't seem to shake them off, and I don't know how to do that. All right, here we go.
You know, most of them women live here in Elburn.
Yeah, I would imagine they would hide behind a computer screen and try to seduce me.
You can find some of them at twitter.com/moo I love you.
Moo? I ain't going to moo nobody in this crowd. Oh, there's Michael Mack. He just used his power to straight to muscle down the Love Machine. And I don't know if the Love Machine will be having any kind of lovemaking anytime soon if he's on the mat in pain and agony like that. Matt Longtime. I'm not very familiar with this man. What have you seen or heard about Matt Longtime in the squared circle, Bobby the Brain?
You know, this is my first time here in NAPW seeing Matt Longtime, but from what I read about him, he's very powerful and fast, and he uses a lot of finesse moves.
I hear he's a great chain wrestler, a ground and pound expert, but the only thing that I have not seen this man in person compete. I've only heard stories, like you said, and maybe seen a couple of videos on other competing wrestling organization websites with him.
Well, apparently Matt is calling for a timeout after he was kicked illegally in the groin by Michael Mack.
Matt, Longtime, asking for a timeout. Who on earth asks for a timeout in wrestling? Nobody does that anymore.
Come on, Ric Flair's always asked for timeouts. Haven't you ever seen any of Ric Flair Harley Race when he's back in the corner, he calls timeout to catch
All right,
his
well,
breath?
when we look in the North American Pro Wrestling Rulebook on page 928, it says there are no timeouts in wrestling. And are you going to refute that claim, or are you going to make an addendum to that rule claiming that timeouts are suitable for participants in the ring, such as Matt Longtime?
You're going to have to show me that on the rule book.
Yeah, I will show you on page 928. There's a big asterisk next to it saying that Bobby the Brain Okerlund said to change the rule.
Absolutely. 928 section 2B.
You know, it's possible that in 2012 we're going to have to rewrite that book. I think they wanted to change it to 1,378 pages.
Wow.
And on the first page it says, thou shalt not commit, okay, here we go.
They need to have a rule book for these referees too, because some of them obviously aren't watching the illegal actions that go on by guys like Michael Mack and Joey Rose.
Well, what do you think about this guy? We're talking about David Taylor, otherwise known as Little Jimmy. I mean, he's wearing glasses.
Little Jimmy?
Yeah, you ever seen that guy?
That's the Little Jimmy?
Yeah, the one that came marching home.
The conspiracy Little Jimmy?
Well, there are millions of Little Jimmys out there, let's be real.
I use a Big Jimmy.
Well, Big Jimmy might be in one of the other areas on your body, but we don't need to hear about that right now.
I double my Big Jimmy, especially in it.
Wow, look at that forearm drag with a twist. Ooh, a leg drop. Pain and agony for Matt Longtime.
Apparently Matt has a fan up here in the balcony filming the show tonight.
And who would that be?
That woman right there. I hope she knows that the NAP copyright laws prevent her from putting that on the internet.
Well, the Limited Liability Corporation, that is North American Pro Wrestling, wants to make sure that all of the fans that tune in are very well aware of the fact that we have trained professionals in the squared circle. Please do not try any of these moves at home. And these stunts that you are seeing are done by individuals who have practiced their craft for years and years, and definitely are being recognized in a big-time way under the spotlights here. And now,
you know,
what happened there? Michael Mack all of a sudden
he's faking
the left leg.
faking an injury to get a timeout.
And Michael Mack is hurt.
Rule book 928 section
Matt
2.
Longtime.
Do not fake injuries for timeout. You know, my masseuse is a trained professional that is, you know, very
trained
skilled.
masseuse. What nationality is she?
Her name is some young chick.
Some young chick?
Yep.
Did she create cream of some young guy or what?
I don't know, but she says she loves me Longtime.
Oh, here we go again. Matt Longtime. And yeah, now where do you come up with half of this stuff? Let me ask you that.
I don't know. Look at the trunks, Matt Longtime. Shades of Hugh Morris.
Yeah, he's got happy faces and sad faces all over the place. It's like the man is confused. He doesn't know if he's coming or going, or one way or another.
He might have already went.
Well, I hope he went in the right place, because if he went in the wrong place, that would be a mess that somebody would have to clean up. And I know that you have somebody. And again, the All-American Michael Mack again is favoring that left knee. He might have a serious, significant injury here.
He is faking injury to buy time.
Michael Mack having difficulty running the ropes, and he is favoring that left knee in a big-time way.
Maybe Matt Longtime is the reason Michael Mack is.
Oh, clothesline! And Michael Mack doesn't seem so hurt anymore. I think you were right, Bobby the Brain Okerlund. I think it's very possible that he might have been playing possum for a while there.
I'm going to have to find out if there was some kind of backstage attack on Michael Mack that led to this match with Matt Longtime, because Michael Mack was supposed to be in the main event, or in the championship against Shark Boy and Diego Corleone.
The semi-main event now, from what I've been told, is a singles bout. The Strangler Diego Corleone, the #1 contender who beat Michael Mack 1 month ago, will square off against Shark Boy, and that match is coming up later tonight.
You know, based on last month's match, I'm beginning to think that maybe Michael Mack faked this injury so he could get out of facing Diego Corleone tonight.
Oh, he gave it another clubbing blow to the back of that left knee.
Absolutely perfect thing to do. You find a leg, you hurt it, you prey on that weakness, and you limit that man's ability to come back.
Look at the cockiness, the arrogance. of this man, Matt Longtime, as he brutalizes the knee of poor Michael Mack in the ring.
I'm telling you what, right now, it won't be a long time before Matt gets the 1, 2, 3 on Michael Mack.
Look at him drag him by that injured leg, twisting and turning his ankle.
I would kick him in the hamstring.
Torquing that knee. Oh, he just exposed the hamstring. And now his kneecap, the cartilage, the tendons, the muscles. Everything is throbbing and in significant pain and agony for Michael Mack as kick after kick is landed with superior accuracy.
Matt Longtime has done an excellent job of taking away Michael Mack's base.
The thigh, the left leg of Michael Mack has been brutalized here, and Matt Longtime has found a target, and he has zeroed in on it, and he's making sure that Michael Mack pays, and pays dearly in this scenario. Elbow drop.
He continues to work on that left leg. Now's about the time that a figure 4 or a half Boston crab would probably put Michael Mack away.
I don't know. I mean, look how he has that leg grapevine. He's got a leg scissors on his left leg as he continues to pound, raining with fists of fury up and down. And Mack is in so much pain, he nearly passed out from the pain.
Matt Longtime is enjoying this. Look at him smile to the crowd as he inflicts punishment on that left leg of Michael Mack.
Michael Mack, a man with a lot of heart, a lot of dedication. He takes the time in the weight room.
Well, he's actually a man in a lot of agony right now.
The man works out regularly. He trains hard. He has a heart of gold. I mean, he gives time to the community. He helps out unfortunate families. He tries to teach young kids in his spare time. And the man has made his career of trying to be a good-hearted human being and a good citizen. And I'll tell you, with the fans' help, he has suddenly started fighting back here. Can he lift him up with that bad leg?
It goes right back to the leg.
There was no way he was going to be able to suplex it. Picked up Matt Longtime's over 250-pound frame and suplex it down on the mat with that bad leg. That leg drop.
Right back to the leg. Absolutely. Now
just got him in the groin.
Where?
Now
what are you watching? You watching the same match I am?
He twists and turns that ankle.
Another perfectly placed forearm to the thigh.
That knee clearly is not in place.
If I'm Matt Longtime, I quit pandering to these losers here in Elburn and just stay on top of Michael Mack.
Well, staying on top is one thing, but winning is another. But Matt Longtime...
Talk about staying on top. You see that old woman in the front row there?
Which one?
The one with the glasses.
And what?
She's hot.
Hot for what?
I don't know. Hot flashes.
Hot flashes? Come on, man. You telling me that she's past her prime? Does she have too much...
Past her prime? That's my... she's at my church.
She don't hang out with the Roosters no more?
You know what's really funny is we, at my church, the new pastor, his name is Cherry. He introduced himself as Pastor Cherry. And
you go to church?
Yeah.
After all that, you go to church?
Yeah, absolutely.
What church do you go to?
I pass the plate and then I take half.
Oh, come on. That's like a dreidel game. If you land on that thing that looks like a table, all right, never mind. Here we go. Michael Mack trying desperately to get to his feet and fight back.
He placed thumb to the eye of Matt Longtime.
Our American Michael Mack fighting back with everything he possibly has and more.
Hit him with a stiff forearm.
Side slam! Sidewalk slam! Well executed. Matt Longtime kicks out before the count of 3. Oh, he shakes the ropes. You know what that means? You know what that means, Bobby the Brain Overland? I think he's setting him up for it all.
Uh-oh, this could be it for Matt Longtime. He looks staggered.
Oh, we might see it. He picks him up. He might be going for that running power slam, but can he hold him up?
Longtime's fighting.
Oh, he could not hold him up long enough. Longtime behind him. Oh, no. That spot kick landed right on his chin. He knocked the man out. Oh, it's over. It's all over.
Matt Longtime. Celebrate your win, Matt. Let's stay away from these losers in the crowd.
I thought the All-American Michael Mack could have fought back from that devastating arsenal of offense, but Matt Longtime defeated an injured horse, an injured animal in Michael Mack, and he scored the win.
This proves without a shadow of a doubt that Michael Mack was not ready for the NAPW title tonight.
I don't know if he was ready for anything at the rate and the condition that he was in. Yeah, well, if you got kicked upside the head, I'm sure you would be sleeping for half an hour. I think he just kicked the living daylights out of him.
He kicked up more than daylight.
And little Jimmy trying to check on him.
Great victory for Matt Longtime.
Matt Longtime, welcome to North American Pro Wrestling. You have just defeated the man of the hour, the All-American Michael Mack. And look at this, he's made a new friend. And apparently, he's telling all the people in Elburn exactly what he thinks of them.
I think we ought to find out that little Jimmy is in on a conspiracy.
Little Jimmy's getting out of town, so what does that tell you?
Leaving.
The All-American Michael Mack getting a warm reception from this crowd.
What are they cheering for? He lost.
Well, I mean, he gave an effort. Come on, effort counts, does it not, Bobby the Brain Okerlund?
That and 25 cents won't get you a cup of coffee.
25 cents? Where do you go get your coffee, Mr. Okerlund?
I'm still excited about the J Cross Texas